Hello, everyone. I am the Warped Adventure, and today we're back with a little something new. Today we're going to be talking about how to spot combos and infinite combos. We're going to start with infinite combos, and that might just kind of explain the other two a little bit. So basically, when you're building your deck, you want to keep an eye out for if you accidentally have an infinite combo. That's normally how I spot most of mine. Um, but if you're looking for one, it may take a while. Still, though, the base idea is you need the base of the infinite combo, which generally it'll be something. Here, I'll use one of my infinite combos for an example. Um, the base of the infinite combo is a dude named Founder of Latnam, and he returns artifacts to hand, and you can pay 3 to tap them to copy an artifact. So that sort of thing is the value of the infinite combo. It's the value piece, and it's the part that is going to really. It's probably the part that you're gonna spot the infinite combo from. Um, Basically, what you need to make that infinite is when you return the artifact to hand, you go to cast it. Now you pay the 3 and tap to copy him. Then you return the base one to hand, leave the token on field. Then when you go to copy it again, he's still tapped. So you need something that when you cast the artifact, he will get untapped. Now there's two ways to do that. You either blink him, so that way he enters the battlefield untapped. But then he's going to be summoning sickness. And then you can't tap him when you're doing that. So the other option is just have something that untaps him on cast, such as Mirren Spy. Cast an artifact, untap target creature. So there. Now you can return artifacts to hand and copy them, and then when you cast them, it'll untap so you can copy it again. But you're going to run out of mana eventually. You won't have the mana to keep doing that, so you need a way to get mana from this as well. So then what you need is two more pieces. You need a piece that will untap some of your lands, or maybe on cast give you mana, which those are harder to find, especially in pure blue, which is what the deck is. Or maybe, or have Cloud of Fairies. It enters the battlefield and untaps 2 lands. Then what you need to make that work is whenever you cast something, blink it. Then you have the um, Blink Cat or whatever. It's hard to remember its name, but it is a 2/2 cat beast, which you can whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile target creature, return it to the battlefield. Exile target creature you control, and return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So basically, when you cast that artifact, you untap the founder. Then you can pay 3 to copy him. Then also on cast, you blink the Cloud of Fairies, so you untap the 2 mana, the 2 of your lands. So in order to make that go infinite, because you're still going to run out of mana eventually, because it's only paying for 2 mana, which isn't enough. So you need 2 more pieces. You need something to make your lands tap for more, and you need something to make your stuff cheaper. Because if you own the thing you need to get it down so that way the only thing you're paying for is to return to hand and copy. So then you have Caged Sun, which just enters the battlefield and choose a color. Your lands tap whenever you tap a land for that color of mana, taps for an additional of that mana, and the creature's chosen color get +1/+1. It's very basic, but also it's very good. So then, now your lands each tap for 2 mana each. So you're basically untapping 4 mana when you blink Cloud of Fairies. Then you need something like Ihoria's Familiar to make your historic spells cost less. And then you return it to hand, you copy it, and now you have 3 of them basically. And then you return it to hand again, and eventually it all your artifacts are going to be free. Then that goes infinite, but it doesn't win. And so another thing you could add is some win con into the infinite combo. Something like whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get a Thopter, because then you'll have infinite Thopters next turn you win. And if you have some way to give them all haste, you win that turn. And trust me, if someone had a response to your infinite combo, they would have done it already. That or they're waiting for you to make a mistake or something. So there. That's how you spot that infinite combo. That doesn't answer the question though. How do you spot an infinite combo? That's what an infinite combo is. But so first off, like I said, you need a base. And your base is going to be the piece that is going to begin the infinite combo. Then you need the enabler, I guess you could call it, the thing that will put you on to put you on your way to making it infinite. Something like untap the creature, or give you more mana, or something like that. Like let's do let's use a 2-card infinite combo. I hate 2-card infinite combos. They're way too easy to get off, but something like whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. And whenever you gain that much life, target opponent loses that much life. So the base of it could be either one in that respect. But let's just say it's whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That's a more popular thing you see, and so you're gonna probably get that quicker than you're gonna get the other one. So you have that one out. Then you need the other piece of it. You need the other side. Basically, the best way to spot an infinite combo is you see something that can be repeated. So something like the founder of Latnam, one of his abilities doesn't tap him to do it. The return to hand, you pay 2 mana, return an artifact to hand. That's why it goes infinite. Because if he had to be untapped, if he had to tap to return the artifact to hand, it wouldn't go infinite. Because you tap, return the artifact to hand, and then you cast untap him to copy it, but then you can't tap to return the artifact to hand again. It doesn't go infinite that way. So what you need is the full infinite combo. Like I had another infinite combo. It's no longer together, but the main part of it was Eldrazi Displacer. And you pay 3, exile target creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. It doesn't tap to activate. That's what initially made me realize it could go infinite. And so how that goes infinite, at least in the way I did it, is you have parallel lives out. So if you create tokens, create twice that many. And then you play Eyeless Watcher. And when it enters, it'll give you 4 Eldrazi Scions that all sacrifice to give you colorless mana. So you sacrifice 3 of them, leaving you with 1 to activate Eldrazi Displacer, to blink Eyeless Watcher, and now you have 5. Do it again, now you have 2, then 3, then 4, and it's infinite enter the battlefield, infinite creating tokens, infinite death effects, if that's what you care about. Basically, in order to have an infinite combo, a piece of it needs to be repeatable. The rest can be worked out. Like if you have something such as Cloud of Fairies that when it enters untap 2 lands, that's an enter the battlefield effect, so it only happens once, but there's ways to work around that. It's much harder to work around having nothing that's repeatable. It's doable, but it'll be like a 12-card infinite combo, and that's going to be hard to put together. Jank is the best of infinite combos. We love to see Jank. So that's the base idea of how to spot an infinite combo. You need the base, you need the repeatable aspect of it, and that could be on the base. You need the thing that's gonna be giving you the value, which could be also the base if it's just like a 2-card infinite combo. Most of the things I'm talking about is gonna be on one thing or the other thing, rather than many pieces. But this is mainly for bigger infinite combos. Um, yeah, that then your value piece is what's gonna be worth making it go infinite. Cause sure, this thing that tap to give a mana, you use that mana to tap this, to untap this, and get more mana, and maybe have something that untaps this. That's not gonna do anything because you're using that mana to activate this one, and you're not gonna get anything from it. Sure, it goes infinite, but it doesn't do anything. Um, but if you had something like whenever you activate an ability of a creature, deal 1 damage to target opponent. That's probably not a card, because that'd be ridiculous. But if you had that, then it would be worth going infinite, because every time you're activating those, you're pinging your opponents, and it goes infinite and win. So that's generally how you see infinite combos. That's you could bring that into really any infinite combo. You just need to be looking for the right signals. Again, the best way to spot an infinite combo is if you notice something that is repeatable. If it doesn't tap to do its thing. Like blinking something, but it doesn't tap to blink it. Those you can find a way to go infinite, I'm sure. Pretty easily, actually. Or like returning to hand, like return something to hand, but it doesn't tap to do that. And maybe the other thing it does to tap, like Founder of Latinum. But again, if it doesn't tap to activate its ability, and you just pay to activate it, you're probably going to find a way to make that go infinite. Because you can do it as much as you want, you just need the mana for it, or you need to pay life for it, or you need to tap other creatures to do it, or something like that. If it itself doesn't tap to do it, there's probably a way to make it go infinite. So just keep an eye out for those things that fly under the radar, like Eldrazi Displacer or like Founder Platinum. Those are your best way to spot infinite combos. Now moving on to just basic combos, like on a channel I watch, the Command Zone, and their game nights videos. Jimmy, one of the hosts of it, had a Golem deck on there recently. I think it was for the Wilds of Eldraine. And basically, whenever your creatures die, you can have them exile and come back as a 1/1 golem that's a copy of what they were. And your golems get +2/+2 and trample. Now, what's great about that is their tokens. There's ways to toy with tokens, such as your token doublers. So if you have like your parallel lives, uh you got your doubling season out, you got your anointed procession out. Maybe you have growing ranks out to populate on upkeep, and have those things at all your token doublers, and that new thing from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, triple your creature tokens. So instead of getting one copy of it, you get like 24 of them instead. And every upkeep you get 24 more. So that's generally how games end, because that's 24 3/3s every upkeep. And they're probably going to be terrifying 3/3s too, because it's generally what that deck does. And if it wouldn't work in this specific deck, but if you had him out and if you had the Brutaclad out, you can turn all those 1/1 golems into a copy of another token, such as your 8/8 Kraken from your from uh, Kiora of the Crashing Waves or whatever, or if you had the 8/8 Kraken from Ominous Seas or something like that, you could turn 24 33 Tramplers into 24 8/8 Krakens. That's pretty good. The Krakens wouldn't have trample, so that's a not as good in that respect. But if you had like your Maskwood Nexus out, then they'd be 10/10 tramplers, so that's nice. But basically, how you spot a combo is it's generally pretty easy. You just see something like having like a see something like uh here we go. See something like tap, sacrifice a creature, uh, draw a card, and create a treasure token. That's probably not a thing, but yeah, let's say you have something like that. Then, if you have your token doublers out, then maybe you get 4 treasure tokens instead of just 1. Basically, how you spot an infinite combo, or not an infinite, basically, how you spot a combo, yeah, basically, how you spot a combo is you just need to see something that works well with another thing. It's pretty easy. It's like token doublers, like I've been talking about. Excuse me. Or maybe um, making your lands tap for more mana, and that working well with how many activated abilities you have. Or maybe having like whenever a player casts an artifact spell, gain a life, and then you have what's that thing called? The encroaching mycosynth. So all your non-land permanents, all non-land permanents in your graveyard, and all non-land permanents you're casting, and all non-land permanents in your deck are all artifacts. So every time you cast a spell, you gain a life. It's a really good combo right there. And that's also in Reality Chip. Um, or with that encroaching mycosynth out, if you had like Magda Brazen Outlaw, sacrifice 5 treasures and search your library for an artifact or dragon creature card and put it onto the battlefield. What would be amazing with the encroaching mycosynth out is basically any non-land permanent in your deck, you just put it onto the battlefield for free. That gets ridiculous. That Magda also works well with Maskwood Nexus, which makes all creatures in your deck, and all creatures in the graveyard, and all creatures you're casting, not in the graveyard. Wait a minute. Stupid moment, sorry. Brain go burr or whatever. Um, on land, all creatures you're casting, all creatures on field that you control, and all creatures in your deck are all have changeling, so they're all creature types. So you can find any creature in your deck you want. It's not as good as having her with encroaching mycosynth, because with her, you just sacrifice 5 treasures and find any non-land permanent in your deck that you want and put it straight to field rather than any creature in your deck. But both are broken. Both are amazing and both win games. And if you have your token doublers and you're getting all those treasures and you're getting double all those treasures, you're going to get to 5 treasures pretty easily, and you can start just finding multiple things in a turn that you want. And just go find your omniscience and cast all this stuff from your hand for free. Or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, that is how you spot an infinite combo or just a combo. Thank you all for watching. We're going to be doing these shorter videos more often, and we're going to be doing the longer videos less often, because I think that this is going to be more doable, and eventually I might be able to start doing more of these in a week rather than just sticking with the 2 week video a week system I'm going to be moving to. Um and I hope you all enjoy. I want these videos um to be knowledgeable, not me being knowledgeable. That's hard to do. but having it help you guys learn a little bit about Magic because it's a tough game. I mess up on it all the time. I know people who've been playing for years who mess up on with it all the time. It's like English. It's hard. But I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like maybe. Subscribe maybe. You got choices here. And stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.